Okay, now we're going to touch on analog calling, more specifically with a Teltone, if you have these in your cases. First, we're going to find the phone cables. This is kind of a fancy one, but if you look at the transparent ends, they're going to be smaller than your Ethernet or network cables. That's how you can distinguish what a phone cable is. And all you're going to have to do here is plug it into the phone line in the physical wall that the school has set up for us at each station. Plug that in there. So let's say this is going to the wall, and this will lead to the back of your Teltone black box, and you'll plug it into the port where it says line, like phone line. Once again, this other part is leading to the actual wall. Next, we can get power going to the Teltone. From an earlier video, you'll remember the big block power end. So we'll have this lead to a power source, whether it's a power jack in the wall or your surge protector. And the other end of this is going to lead behind the Teltone as well. The only connection here you'll see is the power. So now we have the phone line and power to the Teltone. Next, we'll get the amp ready. Here's the amp. Once again, make sure you have two AA batteries that have a good charge in it in the side here. Got a little pigtail wire here with two smaller transparent connections, kind of like the ones you'll see with your the end of your phone line. One of these ends here, if you take the amp and the pigtail, you're going to plug it into the far left port behind the amp. It has phone logo on it with the buttons. So go ahead and plug it into the icon where it has the full phone. And the other end of this, we're actually going to turn the amp to its front, and it's going to plug in far left on the front of the amp, and you should hear clicks with all these. Next, we will connect the actual headset to the amplifier. As you notice on the front of the amp here, there's another port, smaller port for the headset. You'll see that click, hear it click, feel it click, and we're good to go there. Lastly, this is where it actually connects to your laptop or station. You have the USB to serial adapter. One end is USB, the other end has two kind of screw attachments to it. We'll want to plug in the screw attachment side first. So go ahead and turn the Teltone around, push it in firmly, twist these two ends in firmly, just so it's not falling out. And on the other end of this, like I said earlier, was the USB. And we're just going to plug it directly into the station. With analog calling, with the Teltone connection, a lot of the stations are going to be, this port is already going to be configured, set up correctly for this dialing method. If you try a USB port and you are unable to dial out, or you get an error of some kind, you'll want to try a different USB port. More than likely the one that you're trying isn't configured for that dialing device. It's always good to reboot in between changing USB ports, but you kind of got to do trial and error on the 3 to 4 USB ports until it recognizes the dialing device. If you're having any issues after that, if you tried all the ports, please let me know and I can look into it further.